got a Kodak Retinette 2B here from around about 1958 to 1959. Let's quickly run through its operation and just a very basic overview of this great camera. Okay, as I said, this is from around 1958, 1959. It's an all metal construction camera, solidly built, and is considered by a lot of people to be the better of the Retinette range, mainly because of its extra features like the built-in light meter here, being just one of them. Now, the lens on this camera is very good. It's a 2.8 45mm lens, and you can focus it with this small grip here. You can use a zone focusing method, and it would be a great camera in actual fact for street photography because of the relatively wide angle lens, 45mm, and of course it's quite a large aperture, 2.8. Now, this is not the rangefinder type. When you look through here, or when you look through the viewfinder here on the back, all you get in actual fact is not the rangefinder view, but just bright line frames to help you line up your shot. But it works really well. It's probably all you need, really, in all honesty. You're not sort of fitting any extra lenses to it. This is a fixed lens camera, so what you have is what you have to work with. Okay, let's go through a couple of the basic sort of functions. As I've said, it's got a built-in light meter, and you can see here, hopefully you can see the needle wavering, so I'll put my hand over it. Now, the light meter on this particular one works very well, and how you actually calculate the exposure is the yellow pointer here. You move until you twist this dial here until you line it up with the needle that wavers, and then you read off around the red markings around here. So this is on number 11, for instance, if you can see that. So you look for a corresponding number 11 on the lens here, and what you do is pull this lever towards you, and then you can rotate this to give you the correct exposure. So if you line that up with the red arrow and number 11, then basically you can use whatever exposure value within that sort of range here. So if you turn that aperture ring here, you can see it moves around, and it goes between 250th of a second and a quarter of a second, if you can see that. So basically that's that's the shutter speed you can use within that range, and the aperture settings you can use accordingly. So the focusing, as I said, is a zone type focusing, as you can see around here as you move it. There's a feet and meters that move in and out, and that's a simple focusing method on here. As I said, it's very solid construction, metal construction, very solidly built. On the top here you have the frame counter, and what you do is when you put a new film in, which you do by turning this lever here, and there's a small button there, press the button in and the back pops open. So you then load the film in as per normal, put the film spool in here, bring the leader across onto the take up spool, and the lever rewind is on the bottom, and you wind it and away you go. It's a very simple type of thing. Okay, now This one, as I said, is in quite good condition. Everything on here works except for the low shutter speeds. It does not like working from about a 30th down. So if you're staying around about 125 and upwards, 125, 250, and this goes up to 500th of a second, then this one is okay. And I would imagine it's the old story of, over the years, the grease inside has probably, and the diaphragm iris has probably got a bit sticky and obviously causing it to stick a bit, but it's fine on the higher settings. Tripod mount on the bottom, and if you want to take double exposure with this camera, if you take your shot and then turn it over, and if you hold this button in and then wind the film on another, as though you're going to advance a film, you don't actually advance the film, you stay on the same frame, and you can take a double exposure with it. Normal sort of leatherette covering on the camera. Self timer, electronic flash, and the V there is for self timer, and this little sort of stand that a lot of these older cameras had for taking a self sort of portrait shot, standing it on a table or something. So that's it really. It's a very quick overview. They're very good cameras. If you find one at a decent price, I would say sort of snap it up, excuse the pun. They're great cameras to use. They're really fun cameras to use. They're simple to use. You get really good results from them because it's a Schneider 2.8 lens, and obviously Schneider have been making good lenses for many years. Also hot flash on there for attaching a flash, and the shutter is synchronised at all speeds for electronic flash. So there we have it really, very quick overview. Nice little camera if you find one, as I'm saying, and again the 2B is considered the best of the, by some anyway, of the Retinette range. Thanks for watching.